Every day, historic buildings across America are being torn down, and what's inside can be lost or destroyed forever. But not if Mike and Robert get there first.
Bring it down just a little bit.
From an old farmhouse to an abandoned mill, together they restore, repurpose, or resell whatever salvage they can find.
Now, this is a no fun thing.
They're saving pieces of history and America, one salvage job at a time.
The value just keeps going up.
They are the Salvage Dawgs.
You know, man, I'm still looking for a couple hours to work on that manual. Believe it or not, I need.
You keep saying that.
Give me a couple of hours. That's all I'm asking.
Hold on. Robert. All right, we're right out. Mike's back from the coast.
Let's see what the boys got. It's something heavy looking.
Something really heavy.
Hey, guys. Anchor's away.
Looks like he's been to a shipyard.
Dang, look at that thing. Good gosh.
It was a formidable purchase. Prepare to get underway. Go ahead, Ted. Pick that son of a gun up.
That was a nice surprise. I like that.
Well,
Next ship that pulls in is lacking an anchor, buddy. We're in luck.
And this is called a Danforth anchor. This probably came off of it could have been on a barge. This was a pick point, so they pulled it up with a crane, set it over the side, and then dropped it in.
Any markings on it or anything like that?
I haven't had a chance to really
It's got
look at it.
something here, but I think that's just an identification number. So we can't
I don't
figure
know.
out a weight or...
I don't want to clean it up because it's got the patina's too nice. I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, that mud is.
That's some good. That's some
We can
good
hose
mud
it
right
off.
there.
We
You
can
can't
hose it off,
recreate
please.
that if you tried.
I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do with it now, though.
We're gonna sell it.
I see a blank wall right
I'm
over
thinking trophy piece, Robert.
Why'd you just tie it to my ankle and throw it in?
I didn't have that option. But anyway, I figured we just get it up against the wall over there and, cool piece and put a price tag on it. What I do, Tay, is just swing it back.
As fast as you can.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's something I don't have, and that's part of becoming a black dog is people going like, man, you should have seen what they had there. It's just going to be used, I'm sure, for a seafood restaurant maybe or a yard art.
Seafood restaurant. Yeah, there you go.
Let's get it online.
Good job, guys.
You need to do some research.
That's good looking scrap, that's what that is.
There's some weight there. Guys, can I have your attention, please? I know it's a cold morning. I'd like to get to work. A good week. We got a local week here, not out of town. So, got a project on Starkey Road, other side of town. Friendship Retirement Communities has purchased a 6-acre plot with a big foursquare on it.
I think I've seen that. Down there on the right? Yeah.
It's
big plot.
it's going away. So we're gonna try and get what we can at it.
Oh, that's a big foursquare.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at the porch. That's awesome. Wrap around porch.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get the stuff that we want, and then Habitat for Humanity is going to come in right after us.
Awesome.
And they're taking the house has got maybe
Windows.
30, 40 vinyl windows.
Newer, yeah,
Of course,
windows,
we're not
yeah.
interested in those, but
Yeah.
they're going to build, put them in new houses.
Oh, that's perfect for
Right.
them. Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to tear things up. We don't want to break things, just cut.
We don't
More
want to
than
do.
normal.
We don't want to do what we usually
We
do.
don't want to be ourselves.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's quit sitting around the fire and get to work.
Oh.
Say, Dave.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
What you got, man? I got a call from one of our council members. That's the Roanoke City Council member, Dave Trinkle.
Remember the music festival last month?
Yeah.
And my old retro
Sure.
GMC RV?
Yeah.
I want to build a tailgater that has a grill, a bar, and a cooler.
This is football time, and everybody tailgates. So he came with an idea, and I scribbled some stuff out on a piece of paper, and I hope I can pull it off.
Looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a lot of work because I've never made one before, so I got a lot of discovery to do. So Lonnie and I got our work cut out for us. Hey Lonnie, I got a project for you. We're gonna build a box to handle the grill and the cooler. All right, so cooler's here, and then the grill's gonna sit right on this platform here. And on top of it, we're gonna do 2 lids. All right. I've never done one of these before, and usually I can wing my way through it. And that's my comfort zone. Quarter. But this one had very specific needs. Yeah, we got this top we gotta make. So if it has to be functional, sometimes, that's my stumbling point. And it was giving me a hard time. It's too close. Way off. Not fitting. I mean, it's a little bit of a puzzle. Not quite sure how it's going to finish up. The devil's in the details, so to speak, and that's the hard part to do. Let's put it back. Now let's put the grill back in.
We're gonna have a problem.
That's not going to close.
Right.
What time is it? For the tailgater, I wanted to really salvage it up because salvage is what we do. Here we go. I'm going to use license plates and other tin products that we have. Yeah, it's going to be a little junky, but nobody else is going to have one like it. I think that's going to work out really well. Once we had the handle on the tailgater, Lonnie and I headed across town to help the guys with the salvage. Good morning, everybody.
Here on Starkey Road in southwest Roanoke, this 4-square house is going to be a retirement community. All land, acreage, and everything else.
I've already got my room.
This is a 1920s 4-square. Lots of good oak trim, colonnade, door, mantle, oak, good stuff. Just plain old good stuff. Anyway, Grayson's coming. We got Lonnie. We got us. That's it.
Okay. Let's open up a can on this thing.
1, 2, 3, go!
That's probably a 1920s house. The key elements for us were still in pristine condition.
Oh, that's good stuff, Mike.
These are all individual lights beveled, so it's just a really nice decorative piece of glass. A lot of people use them for decoration or for transom. The big piece of glass is all distressed, original to the house. That's where the money is. And
so don't break the glass.
Don't break the glass. Look, it's coming right on past it. There you go. Nice job, Ted.
That's at 225, you said?
Yeah, it's 275 now. He didn't break it. Grayson is a fast study. She's seen us do these jobs for removing trim and doors and how we do it. So she's graduating to self-supervision.
It's my first handsome, so this is going to be trial and error right now.
I like to think that Grayson is a lot like me in the field.
I'm kind of nervous about taking this apart, actually.
She, obviously she's worried about breaking stuff. It's not that overconfidence, that worry about it later thing that Mike's got going on.
Well, you can always hope that she's probably more like Robert, but she can't, it's like a family. You can't help but influence them somehow.
All right, it's all about time. I don't want this door to defeat me.
My perseverance and Robert's caution, that's a pretty good combination if you can put it in one person.
Success. Phantom number 1. I think it went pretty well. Another thing off my checklist.
The house had 2 big features that we were going to, be able to harvest. One was the door, and the other was the colonnade.
You guys what?
Nothing extravagant, but good possibility for making our money back on the project. I was working on the door, and Mike decides to go after the radiator.
Hey, Robert, hand me that Sawzall right there. Thank you.
When you want to take out a radiator in a house, I'd make sure that it wasn't pressurized.
Water coming down. Water coming down. The slat radiators are worth taking. But instead of draining the line, proper etiquette for cutting your radiator out, I cut it in midstream.
Yeah, there's certain steps.
Cut. Yeah, I go right to removal instead of prep.
Oh, there we go.
Luckily, the water was off in the house, so all we were dealing with was the water in the system.
We only got 450 gallons on the floor. Yeah, that'll happen. Sorry about that, guys.
I think damp is a word that's just going to fully describe this day. Would you start cutting from here or the other side?
The front door was a clean door without a bunch of coats of paint on it. Now, it's not as efficient as a modern door, but it's got style. Slip through that joint. Cut any nails that are in there. Let me set.
Practically take itself out.
That should be it.
Go ahead, Dave. Push it in.
Push.
Push.
We get it wrong every once in a while, and this was a perfect example of something not being what we thought.
All right, hold up.
I'm looking at this thing, and it's like the door should come right out.
I need a broom and a circular saw.
I just took a saw to the floor. Like, man, what are those sparks?
When you look at this floor, what does it look like to you?
Well, it looks like linoleum.
It sure does.
Is it tile?
It's tile.
Hard to watch.
All over the place, created unsafe conditions.
Look how he just diffused. It's just going right over across my bow there.
Well, we're 2 hours in on this project. We got.
Are you being negative, Ted?
We got
This
other,
is not
we
necessarily
got other
like you.
pieces to get out. Is all I'm saying.
There it is. Y'all got it?
Man, it's so easy when you.
Watch your eyes, watch your eyes.
That wasn't that bad.
Wake your ceramic.
All right, let's get on this colonnade. We're trying to bust these out. This is called a colonnade. They're sought after in an arts and craft home or a craftsman style. People look for these. No, I like the colonnade. I think they're
You didn't
always-
act like you liked the colonnade.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
the way you treated it, man, you...
I did have my way with it. There's no doubt about it. Isn't that what you wanted, Robert? You know, I had to do a little hacking here and there.
Well, you know, it's not even a problem about cutting it in half. It's just the cut, you know? It's it's...
He likes right angles.
Absolutely surgical.
What's wrong with Robert today? Doesn't he know this is how we operate?
There is a method to my madness. You could sit there with a little screwdriver and try and take stuff off and get nowhere, or you could assess the situation and use a big pry bar.
Hold on, you're splitting this. Yeah.
We've got separation.
I've got anxiety. He's got separation, so we got separation anxiety issues.
All right, calm down.
Look what they're doing over there.
Tearing it up.
Look what they're doing, Mike. And they're being careful. We can do the same thing without being careful.
Just like that.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah,
take a look. I found a Marsteller mantle.
awesome. When Robert and I started the company, it was in the Marsteller building. Little squalor that we had.
Squalor
Holler. Yeah, and that's where the remains of the Marsteller Corporation were.
That's us.
Our first building is the Marsteller building.
Because Marsteller Corporation was a big retailer, I guess, or supplier of building materials in Roanoke at one time.
Well, another one's come back to roost.
Yep.
I'd say probably more than 50% of the mantles we pulled out were Marsteller mantles.
Well, that might be an
Probably.
overstatement, but you know,
I'll reach a
you're
little
known for that.
For a yarn, stretching it a little bit.
Wow.
Too bad the old building's gone.
Yeah, I know. So it's kind of old home week, you know, it feels warm and fuzzy feeling that the origin of Black Dog has something to do with the Marstellers.
I'm gonna bust out crying.
Yeah.
Nice story, man.
Is that a kumbaya moment?
Get a drum circle going. Somebody get it.
I like this. This is harvesting.
Yeah.
All right. Ta-da.
I think these doors are original to the house. They're oak, looks like white or red oak, I'm not sure. We like the pocket doors because the wood wasn't painted, but we like to get them in complete with the rollers and the tracks. There you go, pull the bottom out.
Look at that.
So once we got the doors out, we had to figure out how to get the track out.
Need a big fry bar.
If you don't bring the track home, then what are you going to hang them on? So I just kind of muscle them out. How about that? Look at that.
Damn.
That's gold right there. Little provenance. Roanoke Hardware Company, Roanoke, Virginia.
Wow. And you didn't want to save that wood.
Good job, Mike. There's a little waiting the behind helps. We had to break this one out to get this one out.
Well, by God, the rails are in good shape, and that's all.
Yeah.
Nice job.
There you go. That's all you're looking for. That's all you're really looking for right there.
If I could just keep people from fishing for compliments and going to work, we'd be a lot better off. On a project like Starkey Road, you got to prioritize, and that gazebo was down the list. But turns out we had enough time to do it, so we went after it.
It's all easy.
Yeah, it's a little easier than that oak in there. These are just patterned balusters. Somebody could reuse them for a kid's playhouse, or we could use them on a porch swing. It's got a little whimsical character to it. And you know what? I'm really going to be a scavenger. Don't tell anybody. As we took that thing apart, it got weaker and weaker.
This is kind of a booby trap now, isn't it?
I think it is. I didn't realize it was leaning as much as it was. So I was trying to think, how can I get that cupola off the top of it without killing myself? I think I'd rather...
I know how way to get it to the ground.
That's what I'm thinking.
We'll get the resonant motion going.
So we're going to pull it down. Well, then it was like, wait a minute, what am I doing?
I don't think we can do it, and I have a feeling what'll happen is it'll push this way, it'll come back this way and fall on us.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous to screw around with this thing. Let's just walk away.
Fun hearing Mike do that thing.
It's the end of the day. Tired. This is a good one-day job for us in Roanoke. You know, the meat and potato stuff is good. Even though it might not be the Taj Mahal, when we can go and fill the truck full of 1920s architectural elements, and it's in our backyard, it's a win for everybody. It was good, you know, for the local job. You know, we could do these all day long because there's some good selling stuff there.
Say, Dave. Hey, Robert. And it's almost here. I came by. Here it's about ready. Yeah.
I hear it's tailgating
It
time.
is ready. Mike just took it for a road test. There he is.
You say, Dave?
Hey, Mike, so you got this thing ready, huh?
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's great.
Isn't that cool?
That's perfect. So if I get pulled over, I get to pick which
You get to
license
pick
plate?
which one is going to be your least infraction.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
You know, I'll take a challenge now and again, and this was truly a challenge for me. All right, here's your cooler,
That's
retro
perfect.
cooler. I mean, there's a lot of functionality in a little space.
Awesome. I think it's perfect. It's got a bar area, cooler area, ice, drinks. Plus, it looks cool. It looks retro and should fit very nicely, so I'm anxious to hook it up and get going. I think it'll be great. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
All right.
enjoyed it. I think it turned out really well. It's going to turn some heads.
Well, I'll tailgate.
Get to it.
Robert would drink at it at a tailgate.
Well, that's saying something.
Another satisfying week here at Black Dog.
That house will live on. You know, I've seen that house for years, and I was always wondering what the story was on it. And now we got part of it in our collection. It was definitely worth the effort there. We'll have that stuff sold within the next 5 years.
Right out the door.
Out the door.